Hello, my twerky-holics and turkey-holics, and welcome back to another episode of For the Love of Drag. It's your girl, Astala Vista.
And I'm her biggest tryptophan, Jimmy Boone.
Hey, and today we are going to be talking about all sorts of stuff. Because today is for the love of Thanksgiving. Woo! So we're going to be talking about our favorite memories from our childhood, our favorite foods, some crazy, ridiculous. I mean, I just read them today myself. Thanksgiving facts that I cannot believe I have not even shared with you yet. So,
I'm so excited.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun.
I can't wait.
Unfortunately, we don't have a Thanksgiving meal prepared
No.
because Thanksgiving isn't technically until next week. We want
We're
to get this episode out for you, before the holiday. So today we're going to be diving in right at the beginning, pretty much our earliest memories of Thanksgiving, and start from knocking shit over, and start from there. So let's talk, because I don't think we've really ever talked about our Thanksgivings before we've created our own. You know what I mean?
I can't think
we created our own pretty early, and it just. I don't think we've ever talked about what we did before
I don't think
that.
I know a single thing about your Thanksgiving traditions. Do you want to start us off? What's your
Sure.
earliest memory of Thanksgiving?
So for me, Thanksgiving was never at like one person's house. When I was like very, very young, it was at my grandma's house because we had my mom, my aunt, my uncle, and then all of their spouses there, as well as my
Your mom's mom?
My mom's mom, and then my grandma's mom also lived there. So there was like 11 people at that house. So like for the first 5 or 6 years, we did Thanksgiving there.
Okay.
But then once I was 6, my mom got her own house, and she was only married to my dad for like a year. So like, I don't really think we had like a Thanksgiving there kind of gig. So after that, Thanksgivings were always like, all right, it's going to be at Uncle Mickey's this year, and the next year it would be at Aunt Terry's, and then like the next year I would go to my dad's because of how it would work out.
You didn't have the one family member that was like, Thanksgiving's mine.
No, there was not that like one like, oh my God, this is where Thanksgiving's going to be every single year. Sometimes they would actually go out and get it like catered. My mom, you know how my mom is. She don't fucking cook.
She loves the catering.
Okay? She caters every damn holiday. Chicken Parmesan, like she caters everything, all right?
Eggplant rolatinis.
Eggplant rolatinis, yeah. So I don't have that like at Aunt Sue's house. We always played football on Thanksgiving. Like I don't have that one. The parades I remember a little bit when I was younger, but like they kind of fizzled off. I didn't really watch them as much.
Did you ever go to one?
The like shitty ones, like around like not the shitty ones. That's so mean. Like the ones around the town. You know what I mean? Like they would have like a Thanksgiving parade like at your town. But like I never went to New York City.
At Berlin Township, that
like at Berlin. I think I went there like the Berlin Township one like 3 times if I'm being honest. But there was a couple years I remember there was like balloons. There was something that happened with the balloons at the parade where like one blew away or like.
Yeah, I remember. I think it's happened a few times over the years.
There was something
where, like,
on my
at the Macy's parade.
No, when I was like 5 or 6.
Oh,
I
at your
remember
local
this.
parade?
No, at the
okay.
Macy's one. But like I do remember something at like 5 or 6. There was like an iconic balloon that something happened.
Yeah.
I remember like my mom would show me those. She's like, "Oh look, it's Bart from Simpsons."
Yep.
I don't know.
I think they even did a parody of it on Friends where it was a different balloon that was like escaping and getting away.
Did they?
It was like
Okay.
a moment in history for sure.
But yeah, that's really about it. I don't have that like staple memory other than like we would go from this house to this house. One time it was at my aunt's apartment. She only lived there for like a year or two. It was just kind of all over the place.
Okay.
What about you?
Mine I have almost the opposite of that. So mine, every Thanksgiving that I can remember, with the exception of one growing up, was always with my mom. You know, my mom would love to be like Martha Stewart if she had the financial funds to do
Christmas
so.
fantasy.
Yep. So she's always been big into the setting the table, having all the different courses, having the matching china and the tablecloths and this, that, and the other thing. So she always did the big spread. People would always come to our house. I grew up for first 13 years of my life in an apartment, and people would always come to our apartment. There was way too many people in an apartment than there ever should have been eating around this like table. We would set up like a folding table for the kids to eat at, and then the parents would eat at the regular table. But my mom would always do the whole thing. One year, I do remember eating at my Uncle Vinny's house. And you know the way I am with food. I'm very anxious when it comes to food.
Yes.
I'm very scared of trying things.
And that's the scariest part about Thanksgiving, too. Everybody does something fucking different,
Yeah,
too.
well, I learned
like,
that.
well, mine's the best because no, Aunt Marie, your pasta salad is not the best because you added fucking cranberries in it.
I learned that year. I was so terrified. So I was nervous to go, period. And then we get there. The turkey was fine. Everybody kind of does turkey for the most part, the same thing. I will say it was a little on the drier side. Sorry about it.
They always are.
And my mom does a very good job. I don't know what she does, but hers are usually good. And if there's ever a moment where it's not, she has a shit ton of gravy raring to go. But the thing that terrified me at my uncle's house was the mashed potatoes. Now, it's not the lumpiness that you might be thinking that I'm about to get into. He put sour cream in the mashed potatoes.
That's unique.
I was not ready for the sour cream mashed potatoes. Now you can buy like Betty Crocker sour cream and chive mashed potatoes, and you know what you're getting into at that point. But when you just have like Thanksgiving mashed potatoes, you're just expecting that to be like the buttery little like
thing,
fantasy. Maybe some milk. You know, everybody does a little different.
Everybody's got their own spin though.
But I just remember tasting it and being like, and at that point I wasn't really eating anything extracurricular in the dairy department besides milk. Like, you know me, I was very weird with like cottage cheese and sour creams. I think you actually probably introduced me to sour cream very early into our relationships at like Taco Bell and stuff.
No, I don't need it.
No, you've completely flipped. But yeah, that was one thing that I just remember terrifying the hell out of me. Another tradition at my mom's house, I remember, it's more of a decor kind of a thing. But we had this thing, and it was like the first time I remember being able to curse in front of my mom. We called it the damn turkey. And it was this like paper, like folding cutout thing that like had the like accordion style, like tissue paper, like feather thing. You know how like on like birthday things, you can like pull out the accordion.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? So like there was this like paper turkey that you would like build as this like almost like paper Lego kind of a thing.
Yeah,
and then there would be an accordion turkey tail thing. And one year my mom was looking for it and she couldn't find it, and she just burst out and she's like, "Where is the damn turkey?" So from that year on, that thing was known as the damn turkey. So I got to say like, "Where is the damn turkey?" every year. And that was the cool thing growing up was, "Where is the damn turkey?" She actually bought us one when we first moved in together at your dad's house. It's packed away in the Christmas storage that we've never broken out, but we have one somewhere, so we'll have to break that out.
I was going to say, break that out for our little Thanksgiving tradition that we do.
Yeah. Any desserts or anything that you can think of that from family?
No, like everybody's, that we gotta have pumpkin pie, and we have pumpkin pie, but no, like, I'll be honest, like Thanksgiving, we do Thanksgiving different now. Like, most of the food we eat is very Thanksgiving. We eat a lot of lean meats. We eat a lot of vegetables. Like, Thanksgiving meals aren't anything
it's a very meat and potato kind of thing.
It's a very meat, and it's like we eat most of that. So like, I don't know, Thanksgiving just does not excite me in that way. I like the fact that we get something different. I mean, we could talk about our tradition. Yeah. I mean, we have done the true Thanksgiving before. I think we did a full paleo Thanksgiving probably like 6-7 years ago, where we did paleo everything. I think we made paleo freaking cornbread.
Yeah, like, it was everything. Mashed potatoes.
You don't know what paleo is. It's basically no dairy, no gluten, no soy. It's as close to the caveman diet as you can possibly get, but they've like made it so it's a little more reasonable nowadays.
Yeah, like the ingredients have to be like accessible via nature, but if you have like a machine that can manipulate things in a certain way, that's okay too. But the ingredients have to be all natural.
Yeah, we did that. That's a very expensive Thanksgiving, I'll tell you that. Cooking for 2 people to do a paleo Thanksgiving is more than cooking for a family of 10.
Yep.
So I think we did that like once, maybe twice. But our tradition for the last couple of years, and we love it, is getting Indian food.
So good.
Or honestly, like any cuisine that's just a little bit like different that we don't get all the time.
Well, it started with, so in the very beginning of our relationship, we tried to do the like thing where we went to every family's Thanksgiving celebration.
Yes. And then like this family member gets mad. We both have divorced.
So there's like 62 Thanksgivings that we're supposed to go to. And it got to the point where we would do that for Thanksgiving and then do the same thing again for Christmas. And it's like, okay, when do we actually like enjoy one of these holidays?
Like, we're off, but like people are like, well, you didn't come here. I'm like, so I'm off, but we're getting shit. Oh no, that's not. How it's gonna
and
work.
the tradition started as well when I was in retail and you were doing hair. So those are very busy times right before Thanksgiving and stuff like that. Anyway, so it's like we need an actual like not the crazy back and forth. So we made the decision that we were just going to keep Thanksgiving for ourselves.
Yep, fully. Thanksgiving is our holiday. That is just what we want to do.
If you remember, it actually started with us getting Wawa gobbler bowls and/or sandwiches. That's what our first.
You're right. It did. That was just us on the couch getting. Oh my God, you're so right.
If you're not from the New Jersey, PA area, Wawa is like a huge convenience store, and they have this sandwich called the Gobbler, which is you get a roll, roasted turkey with the gravy, stuffing, cranberry sauce, and then I think you can add like mashed potatoes and sweet potatoes and kind of customize it the way you want. Oh, and cranberry sauce.
They're fucking good.
It's delicious. It's literally Thanksgiving dinner on a sandwich.
There's a bunch of places around here too that have like done spins on it. There's a Gobbler Panzerotti. We've seen a Gobbler cheesesteak. Yep. There's lots of places that do a little spin. The Gobbler is a thing. Primo's does one now.
Yep. When we were in, I think it was New Orleans or something, there was like a Gobbler po' boy.
You're right. There was a Gobbler fucking po' boy out there.
That was cool.
Let me not even pretend Wawa invented it. I don't know.
No,
but Wawa's famous.
That's where we
know it from. That's our reference. Oh, you're so right. So then I guess we transition that into Chinese or Indian or whatever cuisine we're feeling that year.
Yeah, but for the last probably 5 or 6 years, it's definitely
been Indian. Well,
food.
the Indian place up the street closed down, so we might have to think of something different this year.
So sad.
I know. I'm trying to think though. I'm like, I've heard there's some crazy different cuisines out there, so we'll see what's open.
We'll see what we can do for sure.
Plan that soon.
And then in terms of a parade thing, I don't think I've ever. I went to the Berlin one with you, and maybe I went to a town one, but I've never been to any of the the Philadelphia one or the New York one or any of those fancy News or Macy's ones. I've never been the biggest, ironically, in the career we're in. Never been the biggest big crowd person. So there's not an enticing enough thing at those events for me to want to go. It's not like we're seeing Taylor Swift at the Aero store and I'm surrounded by 60,000 people. No,
one tradition I would love to incorporate into our Thanksgivings. I've been thinking about it and I just haven't looked into it because I've been so busy. But I feel like now that we're at a point in life where we can chill a little bit more, I would love to add another tradition to our Thanksgiving.
Yeah, what do you got?
Those turkey trots. Okay.
What is this?
So it's basically a little 5K, 3.5 mile run.
Okay. Are there turkeys? You're running with turkeys?
No, you could dress as a turkey. It's just
now then you would have had me there.
I was like, you would have been done. But it's. I mean, I do 3 to 4 miles a day anyway, so it's literally just an excuse to get up, do a little fun thing on Thanksgiving, and then eat like hell.
Okay, so this is you do this first, then you don't have to feel guilty eating whatever you want.
Very that. So I was like, why not start incorporating that into our little...
Yeah, I don't hate that at all.
Because we do, for the rest of the day, we veg out.
Can we look for ones with a turkey?
Yes, we can.
Because I feel like this is false advertising.
Yes, we absolutely.
Because isn't it just a trot then?
We absolutely.
Are we just trotting along?
Dress as a turkey. Be the turkey you want to be. Look at my outfit today. I chose this because I knew we were doing a Thanksgiving episode, so I wanted to have feathers all over me.
I live. That was your Judge Jerry costume, I remember. That was a whole...
This was the costume I wore on Judge Jerry when I sued Jenna Tall for damaging my dress. Because none of that was staged at all.
That was so good. Speaking of that weekend, do you remember how much we ate at that one restaurant? I forget what it was called, Taco Mama or something like that.
Taco Daddy.
Yep.
It closed down.
Yep,
I wanted to go there for my birthday, and then we looked it up, and it closed down.
That was
so
literally
upset.
a Thanksgiving feast in and of itself.
There was tacos that were covered in Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, I don't remember. It was a lot.
We got shot. That was insane.
It was
a crazy time. We ate a lot of fucking
food.
It
was a lot. Anyway, we need to get back to Thanksgiving. This episode is about
let's
Thanksgiving.
Get back to Thanksgiving. Okay. So I did want to present to you some fun Thanksgiving facts that I found on the internet. They're all facts that are, some are obscure, some are facts that you would not have expected. Other ones are very silly. So let's start with one that is kind of baffling. First things first, Thanksgiving was originally celebrated in mid-October. I know.
Scandalous.
She was before Halloween, which means maybe she would have gotten some credit because nowadays we skip over her.
Yeah.
It's Halloween,
but that would be
Christmas.
so busy. That's too busy.
Well, here's the tea. It says the first Thanksgiving celebration wasn't in November at all. In fact, some historians suggest it was held in mid-October, similar to the present-day Canadian Thanksgiving. Oh, shit, I didn't know that.
Okay.
It was President Lincoln who set the November date in order to coincide with the Pilgrims landing on Plymouth Rock.
Okay, so they landed on Plymouth Rock in November.
I guess so.
On the third Thursday or whatever.
On the third Thursday in November. Yeah.
Sounds like true American history right there.
Absolutely. Whenever we need to tweak, twist, and prod to make it work and fit the narrative. And then on Thanksgiving, everybody ate turkey together and everybody was happy, right? It was just happy and love.
No mass murder.
Not at all. Next is the one you were actually asking about earlier, which my favorite Thanksgiving dessert is. Well, pumpkin pie isn't actually Thanksgiving's favorite pie because according to the American Pie Council, they did a survey of pumpkin versus apple pie, and apple pies are America's favorite, with pumpkin coming in second.
Apple?
You've been lied to your whole life.
Don't they say that's America's dessert or something like that?
American Pie is the fucking movie where he fucks the apple pie.
Yeah.
So
well, he chose an apple instead of a pumpkin.
Exactly. The next one that I thought was kind of fascinating, kind of silly. Benjamin Franklin wanted the turkey to be the national bird. In a letter to his daughter, Benjamin Franklin wrote, "For my own part, I wish the bald eagle had not been chosen the representative of our country. For the truth, the turkey is in comparison a much more respectable bird." She was a sassy bitch towards bald eagles.
Was the bald eagle too close to home for him
I
or something?
guess so. I guess so. She's like, shit, I'm balding. I don't know. But yeah, he wanted the turkey to be the national bird.
Okay.
I'm like, all right.
I don't want to eat the national bird.
I know.
Isn't
I'm
that
like,
weird?
don't we want to keep the national bird fancy?
Right. You would think so. You barely see them. They're very regal. It's cool.
I don't fucking ask Benjamin Franklin.
All right.
Was he the electricity guy?
I think he's with the kite.
Yeah, that was the one, right?
Sure.
Not Thomas Edison?
Sure.
Okay.
Somebody did a light bulb.
I don't know who's. I think Thomas Edison's the light bulb.
Yep. But Evan's shaking his head. He was in college recently. We'll go with him.
Back to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. So this one's kind of crazy to me. The first Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade featured Central Park Zoo animals. It was originally called the Macy's Christmas Parade to kick off the holiday season. Held in 1924, the first parade included monkeys, bears, camels, and elephants borrowed from the Central Park Zoo. And then after that, they became balloon characters.
That is incredible.
Kind of, probably went fucking haywire.
Say the animals again. Monkeys.
So the first Thanksgiving Day Parade had actual monkeys, bears, camels, and elephants borrowed from the Central Park Zoo.
Bears.
Do you know how fucking horrible that probably went? That's why that happened one time.
Yeah.
A kid's face got mauled off. Like, I don't know. That sounds like
How
the
do you
worst.
control a bear walking down the
That
street?
sounds like the worst idea I've ever heard. That was literally 100 years ago, actually, today. Well, this month. Insane.
So they've been doing that parade for. So there's probably going to be a big parade this year. It's 100 years.
Probably. All right, maybe we'll tune in. But yeah, that one blew my mind. I'm like, real animals in the middle of New York City streets, just walking down
It's like that that movie. What was that movie? Madagascar or whatever.
Yeah,
That's literally like how that movie starts.
I was like, oh, no wonder you did that for 1 year. Something went really wrong. You guys hid that from the media. Nobody ever found out.
Legit. They didn't have social media back then, so that was
Exactly.
very
I was
easy to sweep under the rug.
All right, so we were talking about the balloons, obviously. Snoopy has made the most appearances of any balloon in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which does make sense. His first debut was in 1968, and he has made a total of 39 appearances on and off through 2015 before he was replaced by Charlie Brown in 2016. But whoopsh, Snoopy came back in 2019 as an astronaut.
Okay.
Yes.
So he's the icon of the parade.
Yep. So Snoopy is pretty much the HBIC of balloons. He's the head balloon in charge. He is. That's kind of crazy though, but I mean, he is like one of those through the years characters.
Yeah.
My mom loves him. Like he's
Yeah,
still
like
around
he's
today.
always been around.
Anytime
like,
you like go
newspaper
to like
cartoon.
Spencer's
Yeah.
Hot Topic, there's always Charlie Brown, Snoopy shit. And then I have a couple more for you. The first professional Thanksgiving Day football game was played in 1920. That's for any bros watching, okay? So the first game was played on November 25th, and there was 6 games that went on that day. I'm not going to go into all the teams because I cannot pronounce half of them. The Columbus Panhandle, the Chicago Boosters, the Alley Tonawandas.
Okay, so not the teams we know today.
Not the teams we know today is what I'm trying to get across. And then I have 2 more, all right? So Thanksgiving was once celebrated on the 3rd Tuesday in November.
Not a Tuesday.
Yeah, and this was a Lincoln thing again. So eventually he tried to do it on the 3rd Tuesday because he was trying to add 7 more shopping days to the holiday season. But the change upset football coaches whose weekend Thanksgiving games were switched to regular weekday games. So I guess it fucked up football things.
Football rules the world.
I was going to say that was the world enough to where they said, absolutely not. So after much consternation, Thanksgiving returned to the last Thursday in November in 1942 and has been held there ever since.
Okay.
Yep.
Lincoln
so
did a lot with Thanksgiving.
Lincoln did a lot with Thanksgiving. He did some good things, some crazy things, some turkey things, but here we are. And then last but certainly not least, this is one that's going to blow everybody's mind, all right? So I was kind of gooped at this one. The turkey's tryptophan doesn't actually make you tired, everybody. Yes, you're just a lazy bitch, okay? No, basically what they say is it's the fact that you have fully overeaten, and that's just your body's response to eating that much. You're tired, you're exhausted. It has nothing to do with the amino acid, the tryptophan at all.
But what is this? What? Why do they lie to us like this?
I don't know. That's like people tell you, oh, if you cut your hair, it grows quicker. And people believe that shit. I'm going to tell you something right now. Your hair grows from your head. Doesn't grow from down here. She don't know what's going on down here if you caught her. She don't know. She has no idea what's happening down here.
That's a former hairstylist.
That's
still pissed off about something.
Or, you know what else gets me too? Sorry to burst anybody's bubble. The color is not fading from your roots, ladies. Your hair's gray and it's growing in gray, okay? It's not fading from your roots. 4 weeks went by and there's a big chunk of gray now. Anyway, now that I got up my built-up hairdresser anger from 15 years ago, those were my fun facts about Thanksgiving. I don't think I had... Oh, wait, there was one more. This one's a little bit ridiculous.
Okay,
There
I'm excited.
One more ridiculous one. President George W. Bush was the first to pardon a turkey. In 1989, the 41st president pardoned the first turkey. That is, assured that the bird would never become somebody's dinner. After noticing the 50-pound bird looked a little antsy at his official Thanksgiving proclamation. So he looked antsy and they pardoned the bird. LOL. Since then, every president has upheld the tradition, and a few of the turkeys have gone on to serve a different purpose. In 2009 and 2005, the birds went to Disneyland and Disney World parks to participate in their annual Thanksgiving Day parades.
Oh,
so sweet, right?
So they're about to get whacked, and then they get to be in a parade instead.
Isn't that precious?
Oh, that's so
I
sweet.
know. I was like, all right, that's cute.
Now, do they still eat a turkey after that?
I hope so. Those turkey legs in fucking Disney World are like $15. Where do you think?
No,
those
at the White
turkeys-
House, though, they pardon this one turkey. Is there like a backup turkey that's already like
I'm
cooking in the
sure.
oven? The other guy's just like,
Absolutely.
that's why he's anxious, because he can smell his friend cooking.
You know, I did just find one more fact. I did not realize there was one more page, but I don't know if we want to end on this note.
I'm excited.
I mean, I guess we can.
Let's go.
I guess we'll do it anyway. So apparently, Black Friday, a.k.a. the day after Thanksgiving, is the busiest day for plumbers, and they refer to it as Brown Friday. Can only imagine why. Yeah.
Context clues.
So, yeah, those are my ridiculously
Oh my gosh.
fun, weird, and knowledgeable facts about Thanksgiving.
Things you didn't know necessarily.
I'm sure you're probably like, oh, shit.
Yeah. There's a few things.
I had some time to marinate
I
with
was
them
like,
at least and like accept them. You're
Lincoln
like,
had so much to do, he didn't even know. Now, back to our Thanksgivings growing up and stuff like that. Obviously, we've switched from the traditional turkey and stuffing and everything like that. What if you had to pick one dish from the traditional Thanksgiving table? Is there one that you can pick?
Stuffing.
Stuffing?
Stuffing's the girl.
Now, are you a...
Because, like, I don't get that all the time.
Are you
know
a
what I mean?
stovetop from the box kind of girl, or do you want the person to, like, make the bread
So
and the
I can
celery
handle
chunks?
a stovetop. Like, she's a little mush for me, but I can handle her. But I do like a stuffing that's, like, all the shit in it. That one I'm okay with.
With the chunks of celery
yeah,
and
like
the
I'm okay with you
cranberries
going
and the
crazy.
nuts.
Like
and
I
the-
want it to be like a little like smorgasbord of
Didn't we make a
everything.
paleo stuffing that had
We
nuts
did.
in
It
it,
was
right?
fucking banging.
Yeah,
I
that
made
was
a
good. Okay.
Banging
I just
stuff.
had like a-
I made the cornbread first. I like diced the shit. I went crazy.
I just had that so
I
Raven.
went
Yep, I just went back.
crazy.
Yep.
Eatcleandragqueen.com. The recipe is there. Okay.
It is.
Whole 30 stuffing. But yeah, that's probably my favorite Thanksgiving traditional dish.
Okay.
What about you?
I don't want to be basic and pick the same thing. So, if it's done properly, I love the turkey.
Okay.
I do. I love the turkey, and then if you could get the gravy
It's like
with the
sometimes
turkey.
like the turkey we just had the other day though.
Oh,
Fucking
bomb.
delicious.
Bomb turkey.
Like incredible.
That's such a good.
So I'm like, I don't know. Thanksgiving turkey, she's fine, she's good, but I have not had one yet where I'm like, holy shit.
No, it's when you get a good one, it's great. Some people put like sickening amounts of butter under the skin, and it gets disgusting.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's healthy. I'm saying it's delicious. And then dessert. Did you say the pumpkin pie? That was your favorite. What do you
like
think
I'm
of for
gonna
dessert?
eat the pumpkin pie, but it's not like my favorite dessert. I'm more of like a chocolate girl.
Okay. I can think of a traditional. I don't know if it's traditional, but a relatively new pumpkin thing. The pumpkin. It's either a pumpkin log or a pumpkin roll. It's the sandwich that has like the little swirl or the
Yes.
the sandwich.
Delicious.
I wish it was a sandwich. The cake that it's a flat piece of cake. They put stuff on it, and then they literally like roll it up into itself, so it looks like a little.
Didn't we
cinnamon
make
bun.
one of those paleo too? I think we did, babe.
We might have.
We went ape shit for a
So
while.
I know it from ShopRite because when I used to work there, they
we
made
went
that every year.
crazy, and I'm pretty sure we did.
And pumpkin cheesecake.
Also delicious.
Oh, delicious. I like pumpkin anything.
There's
really.
that one like thing that people, I think it's usually old ladies, they make with like wafers with cream and they stack them.
Ladyfinger things, tiramisu.
But it's like crappy little like black wafers. My grandma would make like a log cake out of it back in the day. It was like these little shitty black wafers. If you know what I'm talking about, please like let me know or find it online or send us a link because I don't know what to call it. I think it's a log cake though.
Okay.
And it was a black wafer with a little cream sandwich, and then black wafer and then a little cream, and then black wafer and cream. And you'd put it together, and then you would literally cover it in the cream and make like a little log, let it sit in the fridge overnight, and those cookies that were hard would turn soft as fuck.
No, but I need to have
Okay,
one.
she was really fucking good.
That
I do
sounds
remember that was
delicious.
really good. My grandma would make that.
That
But I don't
sounds
remember if that was
absolutely
Thanksgiving
delicious.
or Christmas, but it was banging.
No, I need that in my life.
I don't know what it was called. So if anybody does know or anybody else's family did that, please let us know.
No, that was great. That was incredible. So speaking of our traditions, I know earlier you were talking about some Reddit traditions that you wanted to share with me. What did you find on the deep dark web of Reddit?
I figured there's like, we talked about our traditions, which are now a little bit more obscure, not even really getting Indian food and possibly doing a turkey trot. And then there's the traditional Thanksgiving. So I wanted to like dive on the internet and see what else other people did for Thanksgiving and see if there's anything crazy. And shockingly, I was not that blown away. Nobody does anything too fucking crazy. Nobody like sacrifices
Okay.
the turkey themselves themselves.
Okay.
Actually, speaking of which, one time you were asking about Thanksgivings. I remember this one I did not like. So I went to my like hillbilly grandfather's house in Virginia.
Okay.
Because like the grandfather, like I haven't seen him in
So you get the
over a
Applebee's
decade.
cards from.
Yeah, like I used to get like an Applebee's gift card like once every like birthday or whatever. I don't know if I can talk to him. So anyway, I went there one year for Thanksgiving when I was like 8 years old, and he did the whole like turkey in the backyard. We ate it live. Like
I'd have been out.
Not about
You know
that.
me, I'd have been
No,
out.
no, not about that
I'd
life.
been out.
I didn't want it ever again. I didn't like it. That was my least favorite Thanksgiving I've ever
I
had.
can imagine. It's fucking traumatizing.
Yeah, like I'm at this like crazy religious house. Like there's people I've
Red
never
flags everywhere.
It was red flags everywhere. It was horrible.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway, back to other people's traditions. So I found some ridiculously funny or silly traditions that people do. Nothing too what the fuck, but like silly things or just little funny things that I thought were great. So this first person said, ever since they remember, and we are talking since the 1960s, her sister, and her brother would take canned large and pitted olives, stick them on their fingers, and then eat them. This would occur after the prayer of Thanksgiving and before the food began to be passed around.
I imagine you have to have some stanky cuticles
I
after
was
that.
like, I don't know, that's fucking weird. But like, hey, if that's your tradition, you're there now at 55 years old with your brothers and sisters, and you're all popping olives on. That's kind of cute. That's a sitcom moment right there.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you better live your best life.
I could see that for sure. Yeah, okay.
All right, this one was funny. So my sister-in-law puts out the same white tablecloth every year, and we write a little something on it with the date. Before the next year, she embroiders all of it. We have several years now, and cute as the kids have grown. And let me say, the tablecloth never has stains. What does she use? LOL. I love this idea, and I think that is the cutest fucking thing ever. But the little shit I am, I would have ruined that the first year I'm there. I would have written something so cunty. I would have never said it was me either. Like, how do you get away with that? If there's a 13-year-old there, they're gonna fuck shit up.
Yeah. I guess maybe they like make it a big deal and watch everybody.
What
right?
that is that's just a really loving family where there's not that kid that's there to fuck it up. That's
Okay.
why that works. Because when I read that, I was like, that is the cutest tradition ever. But little shit me would have drew a penis like day one. Like it would have been over.
Fuck my pussy with a rake, mom.
Literally. Like,
Does she say anything about the stains? How's she keep the stains out? Because Thanksgiving's a mess.
I have no idea. She probably uses bleach.
Okay.
She uses just
But
that.
she did say it was a white tablecloth. Okay.
Because I don't know though. Can you bleach thread? Because if you're embroidering it with a thread turn, maybe she does spot and stain. I don't know. Bitch, we watched Shark Tank last night. Remember that spray that guy had that was water resistant? You
Yeah.
could spill ketchup on your shirt and it just, that's what she uses. I don't know what it's called, but there's some 19-year-old kid that sold it to us on Shark Tank last night. Anyway, this next one. This one isn't like, people do this. I'm not into this life. They live in New England, and despite the cold, we go outside and shuck oysters. Some make it inside for others to eat, but most get eaten outside as we go.
Because you eat raw oysters.
I know,
Not
like
you, but people.
like that's like good for you. Like you're eating nature, and I love that for you. But like, I'm not in the mood to be out there shucking oysters on Thanksgiving Day.
This poor oyster was just like la di da di da di da di da. Like, ah!
Yeah, that's a lot. He's like, what the shuck? This one, it was my favorite one so far. I usually get into a fight with one of my brothers, and then we don't talk until next Thanksgiving. That's my favorite tradition to date. Did it get too real?
That's too real.
Did it get too real?
That's too real.
This next one was kind of cute. If I make it through the whole family thing, I reward myself with an annual viewing of the Cheers episode, Thanksgiving Orphans. It is the most hilarious episode on television ever made, and I laugh hysterically every time. Then it's Christmas time, and I watch White Christmas. I was like, all right, bitch, you better work.
Never have to check out
Like,
that episode.
You know what you're doing.
Literally.
You're like, all right, Cheers. Like, you have that one recorded, ready to go the day
on the
before
VHS?
Yes. So I live for that. This one was fun. I would consider doing this because this is more fun than eating turkey and mashed potatoes and this and that. It's kind of like your own gobbler bowl. So my husband has been making Martha Stewart's Thanksgiving pie for the last 5 years. It's basically a leftover pie. So you usually would use your leftovers with turkey, gravy, mashed potato stuffing, and cranberry sauce. But we don't do it with leftovers. We do it from scratch as the main meal, and usually with chicken, which I would also love that too. That's all there is except maybe a pumpkin pie or another sweet treat. It's a very involved pie, but our table looks clean and simple, and you tend to eat less too. I'm not about the eating less part, but I mean, I
saying you get all the flavors or whatever.
I love that.
Yeah.
Like that's just like one big.
Yeah. It's good to bring to a place too.
Yes, very that.
A little
Very
appetizer.
that. This is a Thanksgiving we can relate to. We meet in Granny's garage and partake in herbs and spices so we can tolerate each other. Then an epic badminton competition begins.
I don't know about the badminton, but the rest
I'm
of it
here
I'm there
for the badminton too.
The
Let's
shuttlecock?
get stoned while I fucking play badminton. Yes. And then I had one final one. This one isn't anything too crazy. Oh wait, I'm lying to you. I might have two final ones. Let me see if I know math. Nope, it is the final one. All right, so this one isn't anything crazy, but I think it's like a fun little tradition. So the night before, most people go out and get drunk.
Oh, yes,
and
okay.
that's
Yep.
what
The
everybody
Wednesday,
does.
yep.
Well, these people, they do a Snoopy Thanksgiving the night before. So for a late night snack, they serve everything they had on the show, which was jelly beans, pretzels, popcorn, and toast, while they watch the Snoopy Thanksgiving. I thought that was so adorable.
That's incredible.
Okay, that's so cute.
I didn't realize there was like a spread.
Because, I mean, I'm at the point now where I don't like going out the day before anymore.
Again, two people.
It's crazy. Yeah. And, like, where do you go?
If you go to the town you grew up in, it's
you
a high
see
school
everybody.
reunion.
It's like, I don't know. I prefer to kind of chill at home, drink a little Wild Turkey 101, relax.
Get in the mood for Turkey Day.
But yeah, there was nothing that was like groundbreakingly like, what the fuck? Because I do not think, and I could be wrong, but I don't think Thanksgiving is obviously celebrated in like other countries.
I would imagine
this is very
not.
like
Very,
right around
USA
here
specific,
and Canada apparently. But like
I think they have their own version. Yeah.
So it's not like we're going to be hearing like how China or India celebrates Thanksgiving. So there wasn't anything too like, oh my goodness.
No.
But I thought some of them were funny.
No, I enjoyed learning things that I didn't necessarily know. I assumed it was always in November. I assumed it was always the last Thursday or whatever.
Yeah.
So learning all that stuff is always very interesting. But that pretty much wraps up everything for our very festive Thanksgiving celebrating selves. We're obviously not the biggest celebrators of the holiday, but we still wanted to make sure that
we do it our little way.
We do. We've made it our. We've kind of done that with almost every holiday. If we want to be completely
I'll be
honest,
I don't feel any stress on Thanksgiving. And
Oh,
I
it's
remember
lovely.
when we used to have to like do the whole thing, it was so stressful. You had to be here for 2 hours and make sure like, or we had to coordinate like lunch with these people.
Yep.
It's just so much better where like we're doing it ourselves.
Yep.
And if anybody does want to come, like it is.
We've
it's
always
open
op- we always did an open invite. Yep.
but like everybody's doing their own thing, and we kind of know that. So
we don't really want to leave, is what we're saying.
what I'm trying to say is I love our Thanksgiving.
I agree. We leave to get our whatever our cuisine is for that year, and that's our one outing for the day.
Let's try to vow to do a different cuisine this year so we could talk about it in another episode.
Okay.
We always do Indian, like we said. We've done Chinese.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe like an Ethiopian or like an
What's
African
the
cuisine.
Peruvian? Is that the place up the
Peruvian?
street?
There's a Peruvian place up. Just something very different.
Yep.
Something where we can step outside the comfort zone a little bit.
Well, we have to plan ahead. They might not be open, but we can definitely get this.
And we'll let you research the menu because we know you're scared as shit.
I have to be able to make modifications.
I know.
You know me. But I enjoyed also learning about some of your Thanksgiving traditions growing up. Like we said, that's never.
Save. I did know about the damn turkey already.
Yeah, I was like, I think that came up very early. But beyond that, like we didn't ever take the time to talk. Like I said, it's not one that really resonated with us too much. So
No.
getting to learn about your stuff is cool too. I could see you growing up. Your parents were obviously younger, so having to bounce around from here to there, nobody having an established tradition yet makes a lot of sense. But I guess that pretty much wraps things up for
that
today.
was a fun episode.
I know. Here we go.
I'm hungry now. I'm going to be honest. I want something to
We should
eat.
get some of that turkey we had the other day.
Ooh, yes. All right, so we're going to go make ourselves a meal. But we obviously want to say happy Thanksgiving to anybody who does celebrate. Happy dinner to anybody who doesn't celebrate.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday, literally, whatever you're eating. We also want to give some love to our close fam sponsors. Thank you guys so much for supporting the pod. And then a little extra special love to our Call Me Mother sponsors, the one, the only Barbara Rambo, which I cannot wait for our Christmas episode next week because I get to show off those ornaments that she got me. I'm so excited. Kathy P, the DragFam 27, and last but certainly not least, Barbella Whiskey. Also, thank you guys for the birthday presents. I know we did the birthday episode last week, but that was before my actual birthday, so the math wasn't mathing, and I didn't get them until this episode. So thank you guys so much. I do believe next week is going to be a holiday themed
Next week we're
episode.
taking a quick break to let people enjoy their Thanksgiving shopping weekend.
Okay, that's true. That this is like the Black Friday.
And then the week after that we have something fun planned, and then it is the holiday episode.
Oh my God, though, that's crazy though. In like 3 weeks, it's official. Like Christmas is here.
We probably only have about, after this, I think 3 episodes left of the season 1 of For the Love of Drag Pod. After that, we will be taking a little hiatus for probably about a month or so, debuting end of January, beginning of February with season 2. We are very excited for that. We want to focus next season a little bit more on special guests, being able to interview people and get to know people that we've worked with, people that we haven't really worked with, and what makes them tick.
Special guests, unspecial guests, a little bit of everything.
Basic guests,
basic bitches,
boring guests.
Yep. So anyway, I am hungry, so let's go get something to eat.
I'm all about
it. And until next time, hasta la vista for now, mother talkers.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.